Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Sorry it has been a minute since I've done a video. Had a lot of things going on, and but I wanted to do a video today on something new I've come up with, which is we're building a high pinion Dana 44, but we're building it passenger side drop for a wide track CJ-7. So I just wanted to kind of go over quickly how I do this. You can do this with pretty much any front end, but especially these forward high pinions with the weld-on wedges. As you can see on the tubes, I've already cut the wedges off. I've got a lot of cleaning up on the tubes to do and on the housing, but mainly just wanted to go over the fab work of how to convert one of these from a driver's side drop to a passenger side drop, and do it without removing the axle tubes. This is a big issue. If you have to remove these axle tubes, getting these plug welds out and press the tubes out, it can be a nightmare if you don't have the press. If you just don't have the stuff to do it, it's not really worth the time and effort. But doing it this way, in my opinion, makes a ton of sense. It's not crazy difficult. It is time consuming, but I think it's worth it in the long run. So just wanted to go over how I'm doing this. So first things first is I removed the inner C's. You don't necessarily have to do that, but in my opinion, it's just less work, less things in your way when you're going to cut the tubes and sleeve it and all that stuff. So the nice thing about these high pinion 44s, and I'll just show you one, this one I actually just picked up the other day. So this is what it starts life out as. So this high pinion for Dana 44, the wedges here, they're just welded on. You cut these welds, knock these off with a hammer, and then you have this whole tube diameter. The other great thing, and I think I've gone over this in other videos with you guys, is these 1/2 inch thick tubes. True 1/2 inch thick wall tubes. Crazy strong. These are under F100, F150s. Way more than capable of handling the weight of a Jeep, the horsepower of a Jeep, or anything like that. So when you want to make one of these, say, passenger side drop, of course, what pops into people's minds is, well, you know, blow out these plug welds, press this tube out, flip them side to side. Well, the nice thing about these housings being a 2 3/4 inch outside diameter, 1/2 inch wall, is I'll show you right here, is the inside diameter of the tube. See if I can get my tape on there. Is exactly 1 3/4 inches. Now, I'm not telling you these sleeves will just slide right in. They don't. I had to stick this in the press these in, and then what I wanted to do was just tack these in place so when I go to put the outer tube on, it doesn't necessarily just want to keep maybe pressing this part in. But this is just 1 3/4 inches, 120 wall thick DOM. I just bought a 4-foot stick of it on Amazon. It was actually just quicker and easier to do it that way. Then what I did is I ran inside the tube, and one of these guys, one of these little flapper discs, and I just ran that on the inside of the tube just to clean it out enough. And before I slid these sleeves in, I took, and I really like these. I'll show you what they are. You can get them in 4.5 inch, obviously, but they're called strip discs. And the great thing about these that I really, really like, if you want to just clean up your tubes, but you don't want to gouge into them like what a flap disc does, those strip discs will literally just take off the rust, the paint, whatever, and they'll just get you nice, clean tubes. The other part of this is a heavy chamfer. Chamfer these tubes really well, so when this goes to slide back on here, I'll just kind of show you right there, but you're gonna have a nice deep valley to weld up into. Some of you guys might be saying, well, why did you tack it there? The tube you're pressing on is only gonna hit those tacks. That's totally fine with me. That gives me a nice deep valley to fill first. I can do another root pass, another hot pass, and then a cap over it. This thing is not going to go anywhere. This is going to be crazy strong, even stronger than it was from the factory, even with 1/2 inch thick tubes. and it's going to be perfectly aligned. That's the other reason I wanted to do it this way. You can do this without necessarily sleeving it if you put a heavy chamfer on it. I've done it with rear axles that are just oddball. I actually just did it on a Sterling 10.5, where the inside of the tube is not even perfectly round. It's almost an oblate, oblate inside of it, and so you can't sleeve it. So, but with these, I do recommend sleeving it. It just makes the job easier. And again, I'm not really worried about distance. If this sticks out an extra 1/8 of an inch or so, this tube is going to get cut down. This is going to be built to the exact same dimensions as a wide track CJ Dana 30 front axle. It's just going to be a high pinion, and it's just going to have way bigger tubes and be a true Dana 44. So I'm getting ready to press the tubes back on. Once that's done, I'll weld it, and then we'll do our take our measurements off of everything, cut it down, get our inner C's back on, just like what you guys have seen in my other videos. And this will be a high pinion Dana 44 for a wide track CJ-7. And again, the other thing that's really cool about going to a high pinion, you can find it online, Jantz Engineering. He does a Dana 50 gears. Dana 50 gears can go in the high pinion 44 housings. You can run 35 spline inners. I have come up with a seal that will work to run a 35 spline shaft in these. So these are, I mean, you can put RCVs in this. You can literally build this axle to handle, I mean, I would say easily 37s, if not 40s. You know, at that point, pretty much your biggest weak point is your pinion and your U-joints. If you go to RCVs, you eliminate the U-joint issue. So this is what I've been working on, and we'll catch up once I got it all back together, and I'll give you a kind of a final showing once it's done of what it looks like. All right, guys, well, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm hopefully going to get back into doing a lot more videos here, but it's just been summertime. We've been super busy, and but hopefully we'll be getting back at it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks, guys.